Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces.
Another episode of The Other Side. I'm your host Wesley. This is my co-host Will.
What's going on, YouTube land?
Yes, today we're going to be talking about Transformers.
More than meets the eyes.
Yes, we've long appreciated Transformers, starting all the way with the cartoons, the action figures. Then they transitioned into movies, and that's where things got a little ugly. But we're here to talk about just Transformers in general.
Transformers animated series started in 1984, modeled after the action figures from Generation 1 to Headmasters, Transformers Prime. Eventually, we went on in the 90s to Beast Wars and loved the Transformers. The toys were fun. We'd never seen anything like that.
No.
We had offshoots like the GoBots. Transformers, the animated movie, to me, one of the best animated soundtracks I believe that's ever been done. Oh. Soundtrack was badass. The animation was top of the line. Saw the death of Optimus Prime. An excellent movie. And then years of not much until Michael Bay. And we brought us the original the first Transformers movie. And I loved it. I remember sitting in the theater watching it, and when I got out, I was like, wow, that was way better than I expected.
I really enjoyed the original Transformers movie as well because, you know, we hadn't seen these characters on the big screen yet, and it was neat seeing them. It was awesome hearing the original voice of Optimus Prime. My only bitch about that first movie was I didn't really like watching half of the climactic fight between Optimus Prime and Megatron over Tyrese's shoulder. I thought that was interesting choices that were made in camera work and editing, but overall, I really enjoyed the movie too.
I didn't care for Shia LaBeouf basically being the reason to Megatron's downfall.
Yeah.
That's my first complaint on the movies is I watch Transformers for robots.
Yes.
And watch them change into cars or bugs or dinosaurs. If you watch the cartoons, robots in disguise.
Well, and
very few people.
Yes, and that's where in the second movie things start to come off the rails, because in the first movie I was fine with the humans, I was fine with Sam Witwicky and, you know, his girlfriend and his parents. You know, they were okay comic relief, and it was a way to kind of introduce the Transformers into this world. So I didn't mind them as much, but in the second movie I didn't understand why we still needed so many humans. And if you watch that second movie, Shia LaBeouf gets blown up, thrown around so many times. They just should have sent that son of a bitch to fight Megatron and the Fallen, which is my other bitch about that movie, the Fallen. They spend 2 hours of this movie building this guy up, and Optimus Prime hands him his ass in 30 seconds.
Don't forget about Megan Fox, because she's a huge addition to the Transformers team. She doesn't transform at all,
no,
but she sure whoops a lot of ass.
Yeah, that's very true, you know.
More than Jazz.
Exactly. Poor Jazz. R.I.P. Jazz. So in the second movie, you know, it was really where it started showing the inconsistencies with Optimus Prime obviously doing Tybo in between the first movie and the second movie, because in the first movie he can barely hold his own against Megatron, but in the second movie in the forest he's handing 3 Decepticons their ass pretty easily until he gets stabbed in the back.
And why is Optimus Prime always by himself? There's a whole Transformers team. It seems like every movie he ends up by himself.
Dark of the Moon, which... Dark Side of the Moon,
Wait. Sorry, one more bitch about number 2. The 2 ethnic Transformers.
Nah, my trunk. Check it out. I'm hearing you, okay? I'm right here, and I can hear you. No one's popping any caps in any asses.
With the gold teeth and all that bullshit?
Yeah.
What was that about?
Yeah.
And all their what? Transformer slang talk?
Yeah, it's just cheap humor. Same thing with Devastator.
What the fuck was Devastator?
It's like a pile of metal with a mouth.
It was a pile of shit, babe.
Yeah, exactly. And then moving on to Dark of the Moon, I actually enjoy Dark of the Moon if you fast forward past every scene involving a human being. And the weirdest thing is the story still makes sense. The only thing that Dark of the Moon dropped the ball on was casting Leonard Nimoy as Sentinel Prime, considering they wanted to do Galvatron later on down the road, but it was still cool hearing Leonard Nimoy back in a Transformers movie.
Because Leonard Nimoy voiced Galvatron in the animated
Yes, for those of you who don't know.
Watch the Transformer movie, animated, it's awesome.
Yeah, and then moving on to this movie right here. This is a perfect example of fuck it, you'll watch it anyway. this is one of the worst damn movies I've ever seen in my life. It is full of some of the most painful writing, painful acting. I mean, Mark Wahlberg just acts like shit in this movie.
What? You can't help him.
I have to, Tess. He came back for us.
Dad, don't leave, please.
Look, I'll find you. I'll get there, okay?
Dad, no, you'll die.
You gotta stay with Shane. You're gonna be okay. You promise me you're gonna keep her safe. Rest of her life until the end of time. Promise me. I promise you. You're the best thing I ever made, Tess. All right, don't ever forget it. It was always you. I love you.
Please.
In the car.
Optimus Prime's a whiny bitch. They try to give Optimus a new backstory with the, you were, created by the, we don't say their name, we know they're the Quintessons. It's horrible and boring.
This wasn't Optimus Prime. This is someone else playing Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime tells a Transformer, join me or die.
You defend my family. Or die. You left me no choice, brother.
This is a complete pile of shit. It's a horrible. I just hope they stop here.
Oh no.
Because there is not, at least with the other movies, I can think of a redeeming quality. I can't think of a single, not even the Dinobots, because they're not in it enough. And where they came from doesn't make any sense. Galvatron is fucking laughable. He doesn't do anything but constantly tell the other Decepticons, find my seed, which is just really fucking funny to hear him say that. And then at the end, whoa, meet again, Optimus. You weren't even the villain. Lockdown was. And the worst part, the worst, shut the movie off, pull it out of your DVD Blu-ray player and throw it across the fucking room is when Mark Wahlberg, a fucking human being, parries a Decepticon. I'm not shitting. He blocks Lockdown's sword.
You sure it wasn't John Cena?
It wasn't John Cena. They do look a lot alike, but I could not believe that scene. I'm like, what the fuck? This is a... I don't get it. It's fucking horrible. And then not to mention the Romeo and Juliet law. The fact that Michael Bay took time to explain while a 20-something person can date a 17-year-old girl because they briefly dated when he was a fucking minor.
Or two. I just called the cops on you because this is illegal. She's a minor. We're protected by the Romeo and Juliet laws.
We dated for a little while. I was a sophomore and he was a senior. It's fine.
No, it's not fine. We've got a pre-existing juvenile foundational relationship. Statute 2705-3. What? Texas statute? That a real law? Yep. Romeo and Juliet, huh?
Are you fucking kidding me, Bay? Holy shit! Stop making movies, you fucking hack, piece of shit, wannabe, Hollywood scum-sucking piece of shit!
There's only one.
Have M. Night Shyamalan direct one of these motherfuckers. I don't care.
If you're gonna do a fifth one, Michael Bay... Can we have Unicron?
Yeah, because it'll turn out the Earth is Unicron, and that he's been waiting for the piece of technology that the Decepticons hid on the moon that they forgot about.
And Shia LaBeouf will be the crazy scientist because he's crazy.
Yeah,
now.
he's crazy now.
He'll be the crazy scientist.
Yeah,
trying to stop Optimus.
Exactly. Yeah, and they'll put Megan Fox's brain in Starscream since he died the most fucking humiliating death of any fucking Decepticon. You know, and then Optimus Prime will come back with a team of
He's not gonna stop.
Ninja Turtles.
This is the other
that
side.
transform.
That was Transformers.
And then they'll fight
and we're
a mechanized Michael Bay.